Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here, just to bring you a few quick little horror movie reviews. We're in October now, so I'm trying to always touch on that sort of thing a little bit, like my channel used to be, right? But yeah, at this time we'll be talking about Hellraiser 3, Hell on Earth, along with Skinwalkers and Wolf Creek. And we're going to talk about Hellraiser 3 a little bit first. Hellraiser 3, Hell on Earth, came out in 1992, again with Doug Bradley as Pinhead, directed by Anthony Hitchcock, sort of written by Clive Barker with his backing. Pretty much everything after 2 and after were pretty much troubled with his association or lack thereof, for reasons I think are very clear. Hellraiser 3 Hell on Earth is not very good. I'm not even big on the first 2 Hellraiser films. I mean, I get their merit, especially the first one with just how great the blood effects are and stuff like that. All really well done, especially in the first film. Pinhead is a great presence and he's used properly. 2 is interesting because it does give him a bit more screen time. It explores him a little bit more. But it gets a little weirdly convoluted, and I don't know. I just don't think they're all cracked up to be in the genre personally, or at least I personally don't care for them. Hellraiser 3, they basically turned Pinhead from what was cool about him in the first one especially, and turn him into a Freddy Krueger, ripoff, really. They make him more of a pun machine, they try to make him, laugh maniacally all the time, and it just doesn't work. It just feels like showing us lesser of something better that's out there. It's okay, the acting is there. The practical effects, while cheaper looking, are still actually decent, I will say that. But past that, I don't remember a whole lot about the movie, and I don't think I really care to. I don't know, I think I rated it like a 5 out of 10 on IMDb, so yeah, I'm giving it like part of me still wants to be nice and say D- at least, but no, I'm giving Hellraiser 3 Hell on Earth an F. Where it is after that, I'm not sure, and I don't really care. So yeah, next up we're going to be talking about Wolf Creek. Came out in 2005, starring John Jarrett, and then we also have John Jarrett as our lead, sort of psycho here, Mick Taylor. Then we have Cassandra McGrath as Liz Hunter, Nathan Phillips as Ben, Kessie Moresi as Christy. So yeah, this is one I've been meaning to see for quite some time. I know they did a sequel, then they've actually done a TV show for a couple seasons. I don't know, I've heard a lot about it. I've seen a lot of recommendations for it. Namely from it being on the Saska Sisters list of horror films to check out, so I did because I love the twins so much. But I gotta say, I personally didn't really care for Wolf Creek. I found it pretty boring. I seen it was pretty controversial because apparently it was very like Roger Ebert and someone else said, criticized for its realistic and unrelenting depictions of violence. And yeah, it's not an easy watch, it's not pleasant to see this happening. But me being the horror diehard, I've seen far worse. It's really not that bad on that end. And Wolf Creek is just the name of the place. There's no werewolf, there's not even a wolf or anything like that. I at least thought he'd have like a wolf of some kind, but no. There's nothing like that. John Jarrett is good, he has charisma, he has energy in his role. Sort of reminds me of like R. Lee Ermey in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake in the beginning, though, and I'd rather have him. But John Jarrett is okay here. He's the only thing that kind of keeps life in the movie. Otherwise, it's a pretty dull affair for me. I'm not really crazy about it. I don't know. I can't give it an F because it does have its merit. It's competently made. So I'll give it a D. I just didn't really get into it. And finally, we're going to be talking about, a bit anyway, Skinwalkers, which came out in 2006. And it stars Rona Mitra, who is in, Doomsday. She got starred in The Strain. She was in Underworld, Rise of the Lycans. To basically give us Celine without giving us Celine. But I do like her. She was even in the Scott Adkins film Hard Target 2. So it was good to have her as the actual lead for a change. Along with a movie like Doomsday. Jason Behr is also in this. Kim Coates, good to see him, but his best role still continues to be in Sons of Anarchy. Natissa Meth, I probably just butchered her name, but yeah, a 12-year-old boy and his mother become the targets of two warring werewolf packs, each with different intentions and motives. This child is supposedly special in some way, and they both have different agendas for it and different perspectives on what it's going to mean. And one thing this film does sort of have going for it is Stan Winston worked on the werewolf effects, the prosthetics and everything like that. And you can see one of the werewolves here. It's not the best looking one, but they do look okay. You can tell the material. You can tell they're well made. The design is a bit mixed for me. It looks better at some angles than others, and I don't know. Sometimes the way they fight is a little bit like wrestling. I want more savagery. I guess this film got cut down way to hell though, and that's very evident. They cut away from some things, but they do show a couple on screen, sort of bits. But it's fun. It's like a road trip survival kind of movie as well, small town sort of thing. So it's not the worst. They try to throw a twist in towards the end, but I don't know. You're not really that invested. I probably would have shut it. I don't know if I would have shut it off, but I would have liked it even less if it wasn't Runa Mitra. She was at least convincing in her role. The child was okay. But past that, I think there were a lot of just meh castings as well. Like she's fine. Runa Mitra's fine. Jason Behr was okay. Natassia was all right. Kim Coates, I guess, too, could stay, but everyone else, I think, should have been casted differently. And it is sort of like how she's actually able to beat, I don't know, sort of ends up fending him off towards the end. It's a bit kind of anticlimactic. Even though it's not really her that does it, I don't want to spoil it, but I don't know, it's mostly like a shoot 'em up. It's not really a horror movie either. It's definitely more action-centric. And, I don't know, it is what it is. It's not the worst ever, but I don't know, again, it's one of those that feels very sort of amateurish somehow. I think they could have definitely done better with the casting. So yeah, if I had to rate it, I'd give it like a D+ or something like that. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.